Hey, how you doing, Spuds? My name is MisterDorito, and welcome to some more Smite. Today, this is going to be the LGBA series that I, tried to start back last year, which basically means let's get better at. And we're going to be talking about the role of jungling. Now, jungling and support, in my opinion, are one of the harder roles to do average in, because you're going to have to do a lot more, you're going to have a lot more map awareness, and you're going to have better split decision making, like second decision making, I should say. You're with support. You have to rotate to the mid a lot and maybe out your mid lane. From other supports and other junglers and stuff. And with junglers, you're just gonna be ganking, like not 24/7, but you kind of want to gank maybe 23 FM. But yeah, let's actually talk about the start off to jungling. So basically, you're going to start with the solo laner. So, whichever side's the short lane. So, in this case, as I'm doing Odin jungle, which is very fun, by the way. I'm on the right side with Scylla. And so, when you're on the right side, you're going to have your mid laner and your solo laner go for those mid camps on the right, while you go take the red camp. And by the time you're done with that, if you have decent clear, or if you have a decent clearing jungler, you're gonna, go for the blue camp with your mage or brawler or whatever, God the solo lane picks. And then you're gonna stay in lane with the solo laner for about until you hit level 3, because once you hit level 3, you're gonna have some decent, you should have decent clears. With Naja, you're gonna have 4 bounces on your ring toss, which makes really good clear. With Odin, you have a level 2 in your Gungnir's Might. And the left side, you're just gonna take the speed buff for you, and then you're gonna take the blue buff, for the solo lane. My voice cracked there. And then you're just gonna go into the junglo. Good luck. My gosh, I can't even speak. This is like my first commentary of the morning. It's like 11 here. Yeah. And so what I like to do, this is my personal jungle route. Once I hit level 3, go into the jungle, grab those back harpies, and then I go help the mid lane, because by the time that I'm done with that, unless I have a really fast clear like Naja, then the mid camps are going to be coming up. And so this brings us into the discussion of prioritization. So, what should you be prioritizing? What should you be prioritizing as jungler? Well, one thing is ganking, which you see right there. We got a pretty good gank because Ganking was just way out of position, trying to get his farm up. And then, I'm able to easily get the mid camps here. Mid camps, if you don't know, but if you want to know, you probably should just keep it in the back of your head, even though, they have the timers right there. It comes up every 2 minutes. So, when you clear out the mid camps, right or left side, whichever side you're on, they're usually, if you clear it fast enough, it's going to come up at around the timer of 2:16. 2 minutes, 16 seconds and stuff like that. And so that's when you want to be the 2 minute mark is where you're supposed to be, trying to come up to help the mid lane and then get ready to get those mid camps. The mid camps give you a lot of gold and a lot of experience. 90 gold, 45 for each harpy. It doesn't sound like a lot, but after a while, that gold accumulates. You really need to contest the mid camps if you want to do well. It doesn't mean that you have to get both sides of the mid camps. If you get one, that's great. You're keeping up in front. But if you get 2, you're going to be really ahead of the jungler, and you're going to be really ahead of the mid lane as well. Now, that being said, mid camps aren't everything, but in the early stages of the game, they're going to help you out a lot. Okay. Now, the thing that I prioritize over farming is ganking. Obviously, as a jungler, you want to gank a lot to either help push up, shove out a lane and give a little bit of fear to, the enemy laners in that lane. For example, if, left side duo lane was having a lot of trouble and they were just pushed up to their tower, I kind of want to do a little bit of damage. to those enemy laners, just so you know they have a little bit of breathing room in that dual lane. You see right there, you know, is just a good example of map awareness. I mean, it seems pretty obvious to, you know, gank the Zhang Kui, and he was overextending anyway. But, you know, lots of people, you know, I've been seeing in Conquest games have, like, really bad map awareness, and I don't know why. I really don't know why. You know, I guess it's just because, you know, players really get a lot of what is called tunnel vision, and tunnel vision is when you're just either, you know, zoned on farming, like, or, you know, you put all your concentration into, like, killing a god, and you don't see, you know, maybe the enemy jungler coming out to get you, or maybe the, you know, enemy mid laner coming to get you. You know, when you're trying to take down tower, you tunnel vision that, you know, you don't see somebody coming to gank you. You don't have tunnel vision, guys. You're not gonna be a good jungler. You're not gonna have the awareness, or yeah, you're not gonna be aware enough to, you know, pull off good ganks like that, where, you know, people were overextended, you know, in that right lane with Chang'e, you know, with Zhang Kui in the mid lane. Fortunately, I couldn't help Anubis there. But yeah, ganking is gonna be your main role. You know, farming can, you know, takes a backseat. You know, if a teammate needs help, you should be giving them that help. That being said, though, if, you know, say the duo lane is pushed up all the way to their tower, you know, you can't help them gank. That's dumb, and you should tell your teammates. Well, not say, "Hey, you're stupid," but you should say, "Don't push up your lane so far, you know, up to the tower if you want to gank." And, you know, if your teammates are getting ganked a lot, you know, in the dual lane, you know, your support needs to, you know, grab some wards or something. you need to be warding a good bit with the support. But anyway, yeah, you're gonna. Alright, so I wanted to talk about maybe two more things jungling that you know, that'll help you get a little bit better. One is counter ganking, and counter ganking is just basically when an enemy is ganking, you know, one lane, you just go in to support your laner, and you know, to either one, stop the gank completely, or two, you know, get a kill in the process. You know, there's three scenarios that can come out of you counter ganking. One, you know, stop them from getting a kill entirely. Two, you know, your ally dies in that lane, but you pick up a kill or two, something like that, you know, if you're really lucky. Or three, you save your laner and you get a kill as well, which, you know, is the best case scenario. You know, and if you're not quick with ganking, then you know, those good scenarios aren't gonna come out of it. You know, you're gonna either, you know, be late to the gank, and, you know, they're gonna get away, and your time would be wasted, as well as, you know, your ally is gonna be dead. You know, you might come into the gank like at a really bad time and you die. And so those are, like, you know, some of the bad scenarios that happen if you don't counter gank fast, and you know, if you're dumb and you, like, maybe run into an Amir ult or a mirror freeze or something like that. Yeah, counter ganking is essential for, you know, either keeping your jungler in check, or, you know, keeping your oh, gosh, I can't focus with these guys spamming the PGS, but yeah, it helps keeping the jungler in check and keeping the... Shut up, guys! I'm trying to do a commentary, please. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, it either keeps your friends alive, and keeps the jungler in check. Which also brings me to, you know, the last topic that I want to talk about, pretty sure, which is warding. Now, warding back in, like, when wards were 75 gold, was a little bit tougher on you. I mean, you know, 25 gold doesn't seem like a lot a big difference, but you know, 50 gold for a ward is pretty awesome. It's pretty cheap, and as a jungler, you kind of want cheap when you're buying stuff. So what you want to do is ward where the enemy jungler, where you think the enemy jungler is. That means, you know, if they're gonna go for buffs and stuff, so you kind of want to ward where their speed camp is, or their red camp is, which is their damage camp, or maybe, you know, places where you think that they're going to be going, for example, you know, into the solo lane, where that blue buff is, and then the, you know, the little, God, shut up, please, or, you know, yeah, where the blue buff is, you see on the right side, and then those little corridors, going into that solo lane. You know, that's a good place to throw a ward, and it just helps, you know, keep your team alive. That's really all it does, you know. And if by some weird reason, you know, they still get killed, you know, even with having vision, you know, that, just remember it's not your fault, you know. If you're, you know, and if they're getting wards and they still die, you know, they're just pushed up too much. But you could try counter ganking. You know, if they do gank, because, you know, as I said, you want to counter gank. It helps your team out, keep alive. But yeah, it'll help you. It'll help you estimate where you're supposed to be. Meaning, if you want to be on the left side of the jungle or on the right side of the jungle. You know, and if one jungler, or if the enemy jungler is on, you know, the right side, you want to be on the right side just in case for the ganks. And so on and everything. But that is pretty much the end of the video. And if you'd like to leave a like and let me know what LGBA you'd like to see next. Alright, see ya.